Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Chatty Chris podcast. Y'all know y'all miss me, and I know I missed you guys. So let's sit back, relax, grab a snack, grab your drinks, grab your budissies, and let's keep it all intact and in place because we're gonna jump on into this episode and spill some tea because you guys been wanting to know about this story I'm about to tell. But even though I'm gonna do an update or whatever, because it's been 2 weeks since I posted my last update on here, and let's just say I've been going through it, through the mud, through it. I've never been this down bad before how I am right now, you guys. It's insane. But I know with God, and I know with prayer, and I know with hope, and I know with me still fighting and having that percentage of me that still has hope is what I'm holding on to. But yeah, so if you have me on TikTok, you've been seeing I'm very, very, very vocal on TikTok. I tell you guys everything on TikTok because I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to hide. I have, everything to gain. So I'm very vocal on there, and I have been going through the eviction process. So let's jump into that because so we gotta take this story back. My Instagram did get deleted. That impacted me a lot because I would post videos of me pretty much in lingerie, and it would get a lot of interactions and views and stuff. So people would see it, and then they would get my OnlyFans, which would be linked in my bio, and I would get literally one of my videos had hit I would get low-key millions of views, no cap. If you were around when I was popping like that, then you guys you seen around that time I had met somebody, and he would pay me to do certain things to him. It was no secret that I was a SW sex worker, so that's no secret. We all know I did that. We all know I would sell. I'm saying would because I haven't done that, and I stopped doing that, and that's why I think I'm going through a little crisis right now, because that was clearly my main income and stuff. I would really rely on that. So I had met somebody when I moved to the city. Clearly it was a fast life, whatever. That's not what this episode's about. I ended up not pursuing this man. Pretty much was my sugar daddy. I've done TikToks with him. If you really go and look, I posted him, you'll see him. He's a señor. So this man was you know what, he seen it as I made it very clear I don't need his money, but I really did. I was relying on him because I spent a lot of time with him. So he had found me, and then he had paid me, and then that's how it got together, whatever. He lived in the Springs, alleged, and he would always invite me or whatever, and I was no, I am very professional when it came to that line of work. I would just go to the hotels, do my thing, and leave. I wouldn't, nothing outside of that. So he finally convinced me to go down there. I went down there, whatever. So this man was feeding me stuff and a lifestyle that I was okay, maybe if I lock in, but it would I'd be set, all the stuff he was telling me. He had just broken up with somebody, but he was clearly using him for money. It was so obvious. He they were only together for a few months, but he would always tell me how this person allegedly put him in debt and how he this and that, and he would always tell me just hang tight, once I pay off this Amex, and once I this, once I that, he was gonna get me my own credit card, my own car. I thought that this was gonna be my ticket out of the game because I was so tired of going around and doing different clients, all that. So I was this is my one-way ticket, and I should have known that evil doesn't align when you are Christian and when you believe in God, and when it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It's not going to work out. It's just quick, so you got to enjoy your turn. I always knew that in this industry is you enjoy your turn. You don't get comfortable, and I unfortunately got comfortable, and after my Instagram got deleted, I panicked, and so relied on him a lot, like to pay my rent and all that, and which he did. I would give him that. He said, you know, anything he said he would do, he actually did. Like if he said, okay, I'm going to give you $5,000 on the 15th, he would, you know. So I stayed around because I really needed the money and I didn't know what to do. And this man was like, he's going to put me through school, this, that, and the third. Anyway, so the more I would go down there, the more I would see. And this man's a CEO of a, I'm not even going to say what. Like, you guys would be shook. I'm sure if his job found out what he was doing. Well, then again, like, I don't know who would be ahead of him, like above him or whatever. But yeah, so he had a lot of power. Like a lot of power. So as I would be down there, I would clearly, when you're around somebody a long time, you see their traits, you see how they are. This man was addicted to snow. Keep in mind, he was 50 something, like damn near 60 years old, and doing every day. I'm not even joking, you guys. Every day he was doing this, and he would lie to me and be like, oh no, like not during the week and this and that. And like, because I don't do that. I don't like people around me doing that. I don't do that. That's literally crackhead activities. Like, what? No, I don't do that. I'm fit. I like being, you know, active. I like my body feeling good. So I just was like, dang, like there was so much that he would do that I would be like, it's okay, Christopher, like you're here for a check, you're here for a check, you're here for a check. And I just finally, one weekend we spent together, I caved and I did with him, and oh my gosh, I haven't done that since I was like 19. So I was like spazzing out. I couldn't, like, it was just bad. And I was like, okay, this is it, Christopher, I can't do it. This is like my breaking point, which it wasn't, because I still needed the money. So I was like, I could just be around him and not do that. So I ended up going one weekend, and I was already like, all my friends knew, like, this is my sugar daddy, like I'm just around for the money. Like even my friends were like, girl, just hang tight, like he will get you set, like everything he's saying. Because I was in his Cadillac, I was saying, like, everything he was saying was matched, like, if that made sense. Like, you know, the only thing I didn't do was get on his Amex. And if you don't know what an Amex is, it's just a credit card, like a whatever. So one weekend, my best friend and I was down there because I would always be down there. My best friend had came, and we ended up going out. So his ex, he says ex, but clearly this person was just his sugar baby, his ex sugar baby, had came over and picked up things prior before I got there. So then he was like, oh, let's all go out, like I want you guys to meet, like I'm always friends with my exes, whatever. So we ended up meeting, whatever. I was just like, okay, whatever, like I'm not phased, like I'm not dating this man. I didn't have good intentions either. Clearly I was trying to use him. I learned that I'm a type of person where I'm very I'm an opportunist. So if I see an opportunity in front of me, I'm going to take it. And that sounds bad, but it is what it is. Whether that's financially, whether that's like, honestly, the root of it with me is money. And I know money is so evil, but it's like, I need money to survive. So if, let's say I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, okay, I could use this person for views, like that, you know, like we've seen along the years how many men I've posted on here, like on TikTok, on YouTube. Like I've only done that because I know it's gonna bring in views and I need the money. You know, I'm a social media influencer. Like this is how I pay my bills. So I was like, okay, this is an opportunity. Maybe I can be set. Like, you know, once we're locked in, or whatever. So I meet him, whatever. I wasn't phased. We ended up going out that night. There was kind of some animosity because you know how gays could be catty, whatever. So we ended up going to a club, me, my best friend, and the senor. And then in front of us was his ex sugar baby in his Jaguar, like that car he had gave him, like let him use again or whatever. He felt bad for him or whatever. So I ended up finding out, well, you'll know at the end of the story, like he still cared for him. Like this man still loved him. Even though he claimed this man, like they would travel and he would leave him and they never done nothing, never had sex. All the stuff I would do with him, he's like, they didn't do that. So I'm like, bruh, I'm over here like pissing on you, pissing in your drinks, like doing all this crazy stuff. Like I don't even want to get into a lot of the stuff like this man made me do because he didn't made me do it because I could have said no, but I did it because I was like, if I don't, then I'm not gonna have my bills paid. And at that time, I was going through my first eviction, like where they were like, okay, I owed like $800, so I had to do what I had to do until he got paid, and then was gonna give me the money. So we go to this bar or whatever. His ex sugar baby's in front of us. He goes with his friends because they're down there. Like, I don't know that crowd down there. I'm not from down there. I'm from here. That's like an hour and some change away. I don't know anybody over there. People know of me clearly. Like, I'm not saying I'm like the biggest influencer, but there's not a lot of gay influencers in Colorado. Like, there's not, especially Denver. There's really not. Like, I've been around for a long time. Like, popping or not, like, my bills still get paid. I don't care view wise, because my bills have always been paid no matter what. So we go to this bar, and he's like, let's go get a drink. So we go and we do that. So his ex sugar baby's there with two other guys, and they're right by the senor, Gramps. We'll just call him senor. So I go over there being a little petty, and I'm like rubbing on senor and stuff. And I look over, and they're all like looking at me. The ex sugar baby's friends are looking at me up and down and stuff. So I look at them up and down too, because I'm like, and I already know it's game, because I'm like, okay, I'm the new, like, you know, sugar baby that's with him, and his friends are majority like, oh, like, look at him, like, you know, whatever. So they already got built up animosity. And then one of the guys, which is funny because he has the same name as me, and he was the buffest one, he said it loud and looked at the ex sugar baby and was like, does he want to fight? Does he want to fight? And I was looking like, what's going on? And then so we grab our drinks, we go upstairs or whatever. And I was confused because I'm like, okay, like, if they want to fight, we could fight. Like, I don't care. I'm not one to duck fade. I'm not. Like, I'm a grown-ass man, and I know what I'm doing. I just won't duck a fade. I've been wanting to get in a fight because I have so much anger built up in me. Like, so much anger. You guys have no idea how angry I am. But I'm happy that I'm not taking all this anger that I have out on the world and out on people and out on strangers that don't deserve it. In situations like this, or if someone tries me, oh baby, it's on, you know? So it's built up, but it's hidden. It's ready to pop out when it needs to. I'm not just going up to nice people and just being mean and a dick. No, I'm not like that. Everyone knows me, who knows me knows I'm like genuine, and I'm generally nice. And half of the people that meet me would never guess I've been through everything I've been through, because it's not nobody's fault. You know, I can't be mad and spread ugly, negative hatred in the world. Like, I can't. Honestly, I try to spread a lot of positivity in the world, and I try to be like nice to everybody, because I know how it is not wanting to be here anymore. I know how it is waking up and you just dead ass don't want to be here anymore. Like, I don't know, if I'm honest with y'all, like, I don't know why I haven't even like committed, because I generally don't know why I'm, you know, what's holding me on. Like, what is it, you know? Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know, but that's besides the point. So we're upstairs. The ex sugar baby comes upstairs acting clueless. What's going on? What happened? Whatever. He goes back downstairs. So then we're like, let's just go, because it's weird. And I was like, yeah, this vibe's weird. Let's just go back to the townhouse. Like, we could hot tub, we could drink, whatever. So as we're leaving and walking downstairs, the guy who was like, does he want to fight, sneaks me, pops me dead in my shit. I go flying, baby. I weigh 143 pounds. Bitch, when I say I went woo, and I didn't expect my best friend to jump in, because they're men. Like, I don't expect nobody to jump in for me. I don't expect none of that. So, like, you know, I don't expect that, and it's vice versa. I go flying, and I already knew what time it was. I knew who, like, I knew, you know. So I get up, boop, 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 and then next I just go for the biggest one, which was the one who sucker punched me. And I'm, you know, mixing his shit, and next thing you know, I'm feeling hits everywhere. And but technically, getting jumped, you really don't, like, at least my personal experience, because I don't think they did damage. Like, they didn't really do damage. It was that one hit that gave me a black eye. I didn't like feel, like, I knew I was getting jumped because I seen it, but I wasn't feeling hits like how it was, you know. Like, it's weird because your adrenaline, I can't even say that word. Adrenaline and all that is like running through your body, and I was just like, I was holding my breath, mixing like me. So yeah, and then we leave, and then we go back to the townhouse, and I was just like over it. I was like, whatever, this is so crazy. Funny, because I was even vlogging that night, but clearly I didn't put any of that in the vlog, because I was like, okay, let me just chill. So we go back to the townhouse, and I was like, dang, like, Stacy was there with me. So then I was like, you know what, girl, like, let's just, you know, go to bed, whatever. And my the senor, he had invited all his friends over, whatever, they were partying. I wake up, you guys, and his ex sugar baby's in the house, like there. And I'm like, why is he here? This is so weird, whatever. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna trip because this ain't even my man. I don't even see him like that. Like, I only force myself to do sexual things with him because I need my rent paid. And he knew that. Like, he knew that. That like that was my only priority. Was like, I was like, you know what, like I don't care what, like just as long as my rent is paid. That was the only thing I cared about, was my rent. I didn't care about all the gifts, like, oh, I didn't care about everything out. Like, my priority is my rent, because that is my responsibility. So he was there, whatever. I was like, bro, why is he here? Ugh. So then we end up making up, because he apologized, whatever, but they stayed up all night doing yayo. Like, that's probably why, like, they're so connected, because they're both coke heads. Like, they're literally, like, this senor's nose was insane. Like, I'm sure his bridge fell. I'm sure, like, this man could never breathe. He's always and what's crazy is he went through so many of those, like, what are they called? Because I would always buy them for him. Like, what are they called? Oh my gosh, like to clear your nose and stuff. He would go through those like 4 a day. I'm not even joking. Like, this man had a problem. So we end up making up, whatever. So then I was like, you know what, it is what it is. So we end up going to brunch because it was Sunday. So we're like, you know what, let's just go out, let's go to brunch, whatever. So I'm like, you know what, I talked to my best friend. She's like, you know what, friend, like, you don't have to deal with this. And I'm like, I was crying. And I'm like, I kind of have to. Like, this is, my Instagram got deleted. Like, I was going through a midlife crisis then, and I still am, but I'm still more secure because I'm getting like income other ways. But I was very, very, very relying on that, and I couldn't. I was like, I couldn't. And it kind of sucks because, like, at that time, I did ask God for forgiveness. You know, I was like, please, Lord, like, I want to do better. And I'm sorry that I would, like, abuse my body. Like, I know I'm your child, and I know I went through this, and I know it's not right, you know, like, selling my body myself. Like, I'm such a beautiful boy. Like, I'm literally God's creation, and I shouldn't have to do that, you know, and I shouldn't have to feel like that. And I would get so much conviction, and I was like, I just need to ask for forgiveness, and I'm sorry. And I did, and then I ended up going back to that. So I didn't even think of that. I didn't pray. I didn't, like, I don't know how to explain it, when that was like the first time I ever did that. Like, I just put him in the back burner, and I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry that I did that. And, like, you know, and it's so beautiful because he's always going to be there waiting for you no matter what. Like, he's always going to be there for you waiting, you know. We're his children. Like, Jesus sacrificed his sins just for us on the cross, you know. Like, that's the most beautifulest thing. You can backslide and do this and that, but I knew not to ask for forgiveness for something that I wasn't ready to give up. And I asked for forgiveness, and I went back. And I don't know if that's why everything happened the way it happened. So we ended up going to brunch. They were annoying. It was just me and my best friend. Like, I'm talking about, they were annoying. It was just me and my best friend. Like, there, I was like, girl, it's just us. Let's not even pay no mind to them. So we end up going to another, like, a drag brunch or whatever, and he ends up getting mad, and he leaves us all there to pay with the tab, everything. Like, I ended up having to pay out of my own money, which I was like, what the heck? And he left. Keep in mind, Ace is at his townhouse. We were down the street. So I was like, wait a minute, like, I need to go, because I don't know this man. He just left us here, and he did what he said his ex sugar baby would always do to him: leave him and out the country. He'd leave him, go spend money and go with men, and he'd just be there like a pobrecito. And now I'm starting to think, like, was that all even true, or was he just feeding me that so I felt bad for him? So then we end up going back to his townhouse, and I was like, you know what, this is a last straw. Like, I can't do this no more. Like, I can't. So I was like, you know what, this man does not give a fuck about me. Like, he just left me like it was nothing, and I had to pay the bill and all that. So I pack up all my things, get Ace, and I'm like, this is it. And keep in mind, his ex sugar baby was there with us. And I didn't really find him attractive. I mean, he wasn't ugly. It was just a personality that was ugly. I was mad. So I was like, you know what? fuck it, because he, prior, when we were at brunch, we went to the restroom together and he threw me against the wall, grabbed me by the neck and tried kissing me. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what? This is coming out of nowhere. You just jumped me last night. Why are you trying to make out with me? So then the senor walked in as like I was already leaving. He's like, what's going on in here? And I was like, nothing, I'm leaving. And then because we used the restroom, and then so he tells me like, oh yeah, he's known for that. Like all my friends, he tries to like have sex with them all, like just trying to tell me like, oh, like what happened in there. And I told him, and then he's like, see, he does that, yada yada, thank you for respecting me and not kissing him and feeding into his ways. So after he left us, all that respect went out the window. So we were back at his townhouse, and me and his ex, or ex sugar baby, ex whatever, we ended up doing the nitty gritty in his kitchen, in the master bedroom where I would sleep with him, and I filmed it. And it's funny because 2 days ago I sent him the video and he didn't say nothing, because I was like, you know what, I'm not even talking to him no more, because he hit me up when he was in Denver trying to hang out, and I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with you. Like he was very much, he knew I needed the money, so he had me by a string like that, like his puppet. And that's not okay at all. Someone that's financially burdening you like that, it is. And I've never experienced that ever, because I've always had my own money. I've never experienced that, and it was not it. And it was so degrading and so like, that's why I would resort to drinking every day and resort to like, you know, putting my feelings on the back burner. So we ended up doing that, and I was like, fuck it. And then my best friend clearly drove there, so we got all our stuff, got iced, and then we left. And then I didn't speak to him. Comes the first, which was last month, he was supposed to pay half of my rent. So I'm like, well, I fucking cut him off. Now I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent. So boom, I got on the 10th, that's when I got my first like pay by the 21st or leave. So by God's grace, I ended up making the money, because I had to do what I had to do to make the money. Fast money is fast money. It's gonna go fast. Like as fast as you get it is as fast as it's gonna go. So now fast forward to today, I paid what I could, so I only owe close to $700 on my rent. But today's the 15th. If I don't pay that by the 21st, I have to vacate. So I'm kind of stressing. I'm kind of like, it's hard. This is what I'm like still learning to do. It's hard to put it in God's hands when you don't know if it's gonna work out. I don't know if it's gonna work out. I don't know if I put it in God's hands, how am I gonna get it paid? You know, like how am I going to? Money doesn't grow on trees. Money's not gonna fall from the sky. So thankfully on my TikTok, I would go TikTok live, and like, you know, I have a lot of people who support me, and it feels like good, you know, because it's like strangers. Like I know I'm the black sheep of my family. None of my family checks on me. Like they don't. I don't know if it's because like I was very public on Instagram, like, oh, come with me to make my rent, and I'd go and piss on somebody. Like I don't know if it's because I did all that and I was very public. That's why I was blowing up on social media until my Instagram got deleted. So that's the only thing I could think of. Like my mom don't check up on me. My siblings, after my last podcast, they checked up on me, which I'm thankful, because both of my brothers do. And honestly, like, I have so much love for my brothers, because they were like the first in my family that I actually came out to and stuff. And they've always been supportive no matter what. Like, no matter what. Because, you know, we grew up together. Like, we didn't have a father, so we had each other, you know? I don't like talking about stuff like this, because like I generally get hurt, you know, like it really does hurt me a lot, because I'm alone. Like I didn't grow up with the dad, so I never had like a fatherly role. And then I met Gabriel. This man was definitely, God sent him to me, and he healed me in ways that I didn't know I could get healed. Gabriel taught me how to shave. Gabriel, because I didn't have that. I didn't have a father figure. Gabriel taught me so much thing about manhood. And I finally had a family with him. Like, I created my own family. Me, him, Princess, and Ace. And it was my own family, you guys. Like, I had a family, you know? And then one day it went away. I remember thinking a few months before Gabriel passed away, I remember laying down in bed. I had these memories engraved in my head. I remember laying there and I was like, wow, this is it. Like, this is my forever. I'm so rich at life. Like, I was so happy and I was so like, it has made me now, like, this is it, you know? This is everything I always wanted. And then it all got taken from me. We tend to talk about healing our inner child, but we don't talk about healing our adulthood. I didn't have a bad childhood, but being an adult and going through all the trauma and traumatic things I've been through, I'm like, fuck, how do I heal myself as an adult? So that's why I think it hurts a lot, because once Gabriel passed and then Princess passed, like, that was my family, you guys. That was my world. Like, literally, like, I thought I was gonna spend the rest of my life with him. He got to spend the rest of his with me. And I don't know why I have to, like, sit here and, like, I don't like saying suffering, because there's people that have it way worse. But it feels like I'm suffering. And I don't know what I ever did to deserve this. Like, I don't know. I ask God and I cry and I beg. And I want answers, but I know I won't get them while I'm here. Maybe one day I will. It's just hard. And it's hard being the tough one. Like, it's hard having to be tough and, like, strong, you know? Because I'm tired. And, you know, sometimes I'm just like, damn. So that's how all that happened, how I got jumped. I know a lot of people want to hear that story. I think about Gabriel every day, and I know a lot of people on TikTok. I know a lot of people on, like, TikTok and stuff are like, you know, you need to let him go and you need to stop using him for clout. Like, I'm the only one keeping his name and legacy alive. I'm the only one. You're gonna know about him because of me, and you're gonna forever know about him because of me. Until I take my last breath, I'm gonna always talk about him. I'm gonna always post about him. That was my world. That was my everything. That man loved me in ways I didn't know I could be loved by a man. He healed me in ways. He healed my inner child. And I'm so thankful that I got to document all that. And I'm so thankful I gave so many hope and joy to a lot of other gays, because it's so hard and rough out here. Being, you know, LGBTQ plus QIA, whatever. And finding love monogamously. And, like, that relationship was so beautiful. And he always told me he prayed for me. He always told me, like, Christopher, I prayed for you. When I think of Gabriel, I just can see his smile. And how happy he was, and how I did no wrong in his eyes. It was really hard, you know, it's still really hard. It's gonna be 3 years next year. And I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just still here. And I don't know. I don't like to sit there and think I don't make him proud, you know, because I'm doing what I do to survive. Would he realistically be proud of the stuff I was doing? No. But he's not here. And, you know, I have to do what I have to do for me and Ace now. I'm trying to change my life and do better. I've been applying at jobs. I've like fast food, all, like, any job for some type of stability where I'm not having to sell my body. I'm so over that. I don't want to do that forever. Like, I've always said I don't want to do that forever. And that was my breaking point. All that happened. So I don't know if this is God's way of, like, saying, look, mijo, just come to me. It's just hard, and I'm, like, not embarrassed, but it's a weird feeling going back to him after asking for forgiveness. It's just beliefs or whatever, but I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe in God, our Lord and Savior. It's so weird too, because like a few months before Gabriel passed away, he literally just woke up one day and was like, I want to start reading the Bible. And he got closer to God. It's like he kind of knew, you know? It's like he knew. Oh my God, me. I always wonder, like, what are you doing? I always wonder, like, do you hear me? Do you see me? Do you hear when I cry out for you? I just wish he could, like, visit me in a dream, you know, and tell me it's gonna be okay. I'm very much a person where I have to, like, I'm not used to making my own decisions in a sense. Like, I would always have his opinion, you know, like, oh, like, should we have this or this for dinner? Should we do this or that? And doing things alone now, it's hard. It's really hard. Like, all my 20s, like, you know, I met him at 18. I was with him since I was 24. And now I had to make my own decisions, and it's just not easy. It's not. Especially feeling like you're alone. I know I'm not alone because, you know, God is there, and I have Ace and stuff, and I have people in my life, you know, that if I really need to, they'll be there for me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, you guys. And I hope you guys, you know, got the cheese, man, on how I got jumped. I'm gonna put my Venmo here if you guys could generally, even if it's $1, like, I just need to make my rant. And yeah, any help goes a long way. I'm so thankful for everyone on social media that has helped me, because you guys don't need to. And I just wish one day that I could just give back and help every single one of you guys that helped me, and more, and then some. I don't know why, like, I'm going through this and I'm like very broke financially, but even if I'm like, the other day I had $1 and I'm like, you know what, I'm still gonna give it to a homeless, and which I did. But even when I need help, I'm still helping others, and that's why I know that I'm on the right track to something. Okay, guys, I feel like I'm always crying on here. Sorry. You guys have a good rest of your night, day, morning, whenever you're watching this. Bye.